another conversation in the kitchen. I think this is it right here. I think we're a little long today. Hey. Woo! Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Welcome to Marriage Takeover Kitchen Conversation.
Kitchen.
It's your girl Tamika.
It's your boy. One more time, it's your boy E-Rock Nim, aka Chef E-Rock Nim. Get at me.
We keep it real.
We keep it raw.
We keep it uncut.
All day.
We are Marriage Takeover.
Oh, yeah.
We help couples win in their marriage by identifying their triggers and breaking generational cycles.
Boom.
So welcome to Kitchen Conversations. We are here every Thursday evening at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And every Monday morning, 9 a.m. prayer for couples prayer. So welcome. I saw that we had some first timers. We got Colorado in the house for the first time. Do us a favor. If it's your first time, go ahead and put a 1 down there in the chat. And what we also want you to do is go ahead and subscribe, like, and then share as well.
Y'all gonna like, subscribe, and subscribe.
And if you've been riding with us for a little bit, go ahead and drop a 2 down there in the chat. We appreciate you. We thank you so much for riding with us, for holding it down with us, for supporting us, for showing up with us.
Yeah.
Every Monday and every Thursday. We love you guys. We appreciate you guys.
Yo.
Someone put Michigan in last minute.
Oh,
Michigan
Michigan in the
let's
building.
go.
Hold on, where you at though? Where you at? You Detroit? Well, I mean, where you at? You gotta let me know. Ann Arbor, where you at?
Well, if they don't
Dallas,
say Detroit,
Texas.
they say Michigan.
Oh,
So-
Dallas in the building?
Dallas.
You got ones and you got twos.
Oh, it's gonna fall. It's gonna fall. Jesus, it's gonna fall.
It's going down.
IG, we kind of leaning a little bit.
IG, it's all right. We'll get it together. Hallelujah. So, hey,
Oh, you gonna she gonna
listen,
take my phone, y'all.
I'm gonna
I'm
let
not gonna
y'all
be able
know.
to see.
So I was gonna make some.
Sterling Heights.
some
Sterling
program.
Heights. Okay, sweet. Welcome, welcome.
Ah, man, we y'all do Sterling? Yeah.
We
Oh,
did.
you okay? Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what Sterling at, Slim.
Good stuff. And welcome to Kitchen Conversations. Tonight on the menu, what we got tonight on the menu?
Man, it was po' boys. Now it's just gonna be a shrimp sandwich. it was po' boys, but now it's just gonna be a shrimp sandwich.
What identifies as a po' boy? It's just the shrimp, right?
It's the shrimp, the lettuce.
Nuh-uh. You can get a po' boy without the lettuce.
Mm-hmm. Hear me. We're gonna have a shrimp
What's
sandwich.
What's a po' boy? A po' boy is the shrimp, and it's the whatever toppings and fixings you put on it, but it's just shrimp sandwich, which makes it a po' boy.
I come from a po' family.
Lord, have mercy.
We didn't have
All
none.
right.
But the Lord been good to me.
So tonight we are talking about.
I come from a po' family.
Y'all, he
Woo!
already got.
I didn't
we
have
ain't even
none.
15 minutes in, y'all. We ain't even 15 minutes in.
But the Lord been good to me. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm finished.
You sure?
For right now.
Okay.
Hallelujah.
So if this is your first time tuning in, Eric is a nutcase.
No, I'm not. I am not a nutcase.
Always entertaining us.
Am I a nutcase?
So this is normal.
Drop a
And
2 in the
I
chat
just
if I'm
have
a
to
nutcase.
Wait for a minute for him to get through whatever he's going through.
You know
and
what?
then we can continue to move on.
Sweetheart,
Yes.
we didn't welcome the people.
We did.
No, we did not.
We did.
Welcome into this
Maybe the ratings are falling. The
place.
ratings are falling. The ratings are falling.
Oh my goodness. Welcome into this awesome conversation. Hey, listen,
my gosh,
for one,
y'all.
we so happy that you all decided to stop by and enjoy the conversation
And
with
thank
us.
you guys, because I know the time we gained back an hour, which means we have more daylight, and y'all still showed up.
And y'all still adjusting.
Thank you so much for showing up, even with more sunlight outside.
Cause somebody was over here. I'm having a hard time with it. Hey, no, listen, we're gonna have a shrimp. Hey,
Oh my God.
so let me tell y'all, we supposed to have a shrimp po' boys. It has already started off rocky. I let my grease get too hot, started burning, so I gotta let it cool down so I can reuse it again. And now, and then I found out I went to the store, my lettuce was bad. Well, it wasn't bad when I got it. somebody wanted to wash the lettuce, but then left it out all day. So
that
therefore,
was not me. Thank you very much.
I said,
why you putting all that emphasis?
Y'all, so I just said somebody.
It was not me, y'all.
Somebody
pray
pray
don't cook like
for
that,
me.
So.
Have me on your mind.
Oh my gosh.
Take the time and pray for me.
So what are we talking about tonight, honey?
You need something to drink?
No,
What are we talking about tonight?
Oh, so what we're talking, listen, because you already know, because a lot of the single, now listen, real quick, if you're single, drop a 1 in the chat for me. Drop a 1 in the chat if you're single. Because guess what? I don't know if y'all been paying attention, but we've been putting it out there. We have a marriage takeover singles, what's it called again? Singles
event.
Singles event.
Edition. So it's just Marriage Takeover Singles Edition. Just because you all have been asking for a place to come, a place to be poured into, and we heard you guys. But so we wanted to do that, and so tomorrow is the first time we are ever offering an event or having something set aside for the singles. And if y'all show up, then it lets us know that we need to continue to hold space for you guys. And if you don't show up, then that means that you like to have a space, but you didn't show up.
Right. And so tonight, what we have one of our good friends.
Yes.
Now I'm gonna tell you, she's single. One thing I'm gonna tell you now she a good friend. She done seen us at our worst and at our best. So if you want to find any of those questions like, yo, are they marriage really perfect? She'll be able to tell you the truth. And trust me, she don't mind telling the truth.
We tell y'all our marriage not perfect, so
But see,
I hope
y'all think that, but they be thinking we be lying and whatnot. But no, because we wanted to bring her on, ask her because she's been following Marriage Takeover, and we just want to know, we want you all to know that what she's been getting out of Marriage Takeover, even though she's been single.
Yeah.
So without further ado, we gonna bring in. I'm gonna let you introduce. Go ahead.
Denisha Stevenson.
Hey, why don't put our whole government name out there? You ain't no telling who watch
You
it.
said without further
She might owe somebody money. We gotta come get them.
How was I supposed to introduce her?
Hey,
I don't know.
this our homegirl Denisha in the building.
Wait a minute, people. So we wanted to. This tonight is like singles edition, pre-singles edition.
Yeah, child.
So it's for everybody, but we do have some questions for the singles. So
hold on, wait a minute.
We jump before we go and jump in.
So
yes.
do you want some time to introduce yourself? Your name is Denisha. It rhymes on
You know
what you got, Slim Thug? Don't tell her what to do.
First of all, I'm not Slim Thug. Don't believe him. I mean, I can't be that bitch when I need to, but it's different. But I just want to say thank you guys for letting me come and enjoy this moment with you guys. I have known the Thompsons for what, like 4, 5 years?
How old is kids?
Has it been
About 7? No, 1, 2, 3,
I know we had church service.
4, 5, at least 5 years.
Okay, about at least 5 years, I guess. And they have been such a gift from God for me and my family. I'm a mom of 3 kids.
Don't make us cry.
That's the first we heard that. I need to find me check the status on these. Go ahead.
Why are you telling the story? You lying.
You know what? And this one right here, you know what? It's been a pleasure all day. We've been ups and downs, and they told me and they got me together. So it's been a pleasure being with them, worshiping with them, celebrating with them, and sometimes after church service we have deep conversations, and it's always his fault.
Right. It's kitchen conversation
Y'all see that?
on a whole nother level.
Well, so you already know tonight I won't be saying a lot. We already know tonight I'm not saying
That's a lie. That's a lie because you always say something.
Right, and I was gonna say, how you go over that?
Y'all see what I'm talking about? Look at it, just
No.
you know what? I don't think you can't have me on the show no more. That's it. You have canceled your time on the show. That's it.
No.
We need somebody else.
I got a perfect example. Last year we was playing a women's event.
Yes.
He was all the way upstairs, heard the conversation,
and
and brought
had
his
his
words.
input, right.
Yes. From all the way upstairs. And he's supposed to be resting.
All
Right.
right. Let us take
And he said like
time.
he was going to mind his
Did
business.
we open up in prayer? No, we did. Let's pray. You forgot when she come to the building, we got to pray. No.
Oh my God.
Hey, nah, but for real though, man, we're so broke. Hey, is there any comments, questions, concerns going on over there?
Man.
Y'all don't understand. Y'all just don't.
So what's it? Don't have me showing out with you.
Right. Right.
And then, so I said there's no perfect marriage. Y'all have a good vibe.
Yes,
Thank
they
you,
do.
thank
Yes,
you.
they do.
So I say, hey y'all.
What it do, Slim?
Hey.
say.
Okay.
I got 2 minutes to check.
So question.
Let's dive in this thing. Go ahead. Let's talk about it. Let's get the singles
So
on the way.
what are some of the struggles that you have being single?
Well, let's see. First of all, being single in the DMV area is totally different, probably outside of DMV.
You think so?
Why you say that?
Why you say that?
Because these men, not all men, and it goes both ways. So let me put that disclaimer out there. Disclaimer: I'm not coming down on men, but
That's right. You ain't coming down on the fellas. I got y'all. Hold it strong.
maybe this one, but it's different. But it's just that being an older, I'm 48. I'll be 48 this summer. I don't care about my age. I'll be 48.
Okay.
And I have 3 kids, and it's just something about being single in DMV is trying to find a good partner that want to be by your side, that's going to help you out, and you help them, and y'all grow together. But it's just something about this area with men and women, and I don't date women. I'm just saying that.
So how do you say that? That's
because I don't want men to think I'm just bashing them.
Right.
So do y'all agree that that's just in the DMV area? Because we got people from like all over.
Yes.
We got people from Michigan. We got people from Texas, from Florida, from all
Colorado.
over. And from Colorado. Is it the same where sometimes you might have a struggle with trying to find the right person that's going to be there to support that you can there's like mutual support, right? There is a mutual what else did you say?
Mutual support, and it's gonna like help you understanding because as we get older, most of us are older, so we've already been in our first relationship, we've been married, fell in love, but now we're looking for somebody that's gonna be there to
hold you down.
We walking side by side,
making sure you stay in touch. Yeah, I feel you.
Right.
I feel you.
Yes, I'm at the green pastor right now, pastor, coach, chef, I want to call him.
I would just like to submit that I don't know that it's just in the DMV area. I think it's something to deal with as a whole of just the healing process, right? When you mature, when you come into your own, when you become confident, when you can walk in who God has called you to be, when you can do the things that God has called you to do, when you can walk in the full assurance and how God created you for your purpose, I think that's different. And when you're able to do that, then you show up different. And when you show up different, you attract that different.
Come on now.
You do. And the thing is, you do attract all your personality. You attract what you want. So if you ratchet, you're gonna attract a ratchet person.
Watch out now.
Seriously, it's the law of physics.
Who's ratchet? So you mean to tell me? So this takes it back to you attract at your hurts. You attract at your wounds. My goodness.
You do. You attract, so if you've been hurt and been through things, so like for me, I went through. I was married and I went through some stuff. Mm-hmm. And so I would not let nobody in my life because I was afraid of attracting the wrong person at my neediest time.
Ooh, that's
and
good.
So, and I didn't want no man in my home, especially with raising my children. Because at the time, my oldest son was in college. I have a middle son and I have a daughter. And I didn't want them around my kids. Like I didn't want to have to be like I didn't want nobody playing with my kids. Put it that way. But I was still hurt though. I mean, I was going through a lot. Depression, because me and my first love and my high school sweetheart, we went through a lot of bad damage.
Ooh.
And I didn't want to attract something else like that in my life.
So let's unpack that.
Yeah, let's unpack that. You said a lot.
Right. That was a whole meal.
Yeah.
Because so you're going, like, you've been in a relationship, you've been divorced, you've been in a relationship. Mm-hmm. Now that you've been hurt, right? Now that you have been betrayed, now that you have given that relationship your all, now that you've gone through what you've gone through inside of that relationship, there was a fear. I thought I heard you say that you did not want to be able to move on to even having another relationship. Mm-hmm. But let's talk about the fear, but then let's talk about the healing process too.
Okay,
so
go ahead.
So with the healing process and that healing journey, what's important inside of that process, and this is for anybody, right? If you have been in a relationship, if you have been inside of a space where you've been betrayed, where you've been hurt, where you've been you've given your all and you are just afraid to be able to move to that next step. The most important thing in that next step is your healing.
Yeah.
Because what happens is when you don't heal, you go to the next relationship carrying all the baggage from that last relationship into the new relationship.
But then you're gonna attract that same thing.
Yeah.
You're gonna attract the same energy. And for me, like, I'm a person, when I love, I truly love.
Oh.
I think we all love, but we love hard.
I don't know. Men are different.
But I say that when men finally decide to love, they love hard.
Yeah. And it's the same thing with women, like, you know, like, men and women almost exactly alike in certain things. So I can't, that's what I say, I'm not here to...
I can't agree with you on that one now. But go ahead, I'm listening.
We alike on certain things. But like for me, like, I love my kid's father. My first sweetheart, I did. And the things that went through, like, it kind of shook me and put me in a deep spiral, depression. And it's like I didn't want to do nothing. I just wanted him alone.
Wow.
And this is all true. And so it took time. It took a lot of, trust me, it took a lot of time. Like, I wasn't one of those persons that able to bounce back up and like, okay, I'm going to start with this relationship. Because I don't like a lot of people in my space.
But that's another thing, too, that you were, that you mentioned. And I don't mean to cut you off, but I think it's important when you said that he was, like, you spent a lot of time and he was your everything.
He was my everything from 15.
And I think that's important because when we are in marriage, even sometimes an unrealistic expectation is something that can turn toxic, is that your spouse is everything. So that means that, okay, you can't live without them. Their world needs to evolve around your world.
What you saying? You saying I'm not your everything?
Because what happens is you lose your identity inside of your relationship when that happens. So I'm not saying that they should not get your all. They should absolutely get your all. But the danger in that is you cannot lose yourself in you giving of your all. You cannot lose who you are in you giving of your all. You cannot lose the essence of who you are in giving in your relationship. Because when you do that, when things go bad, when things go south, then you're sitting at the bottom of a spiral trying to figure out how to even go through life, how to even pick up the pieces, how to even move forward, because now your all in your essence of everything of who you are is now residing with somebody else.
And it's true.
Wow.
And that's what everybody, like, he was, not me, like, he was my all. I mean, this is only an hour, maybe I can write a book about this, but he was my knight in shining armor from when I was 15.
You should write a book.
You should write a book.
You got enough of what you dealt with to be able to write a book.
Tell your story.
And he was my knight in shining armor, like he could do no wrong. Like, he was like, if I see him, and we lived, the crazy part, we lived on the same street. Our parents lived a couple of houses left from each other, so I can go outside and look up the street and say, hey, that's how it was. And everybody in the neighborhood knew us. And so, you know, like for that, for like a tragedy like happened, you know, and the thing is, when I look back now on our life, and it was so many red flags, but I was in love.
Talk about the red flags. Let's unpack the red flags.
It was so many red flags. But I was like, ooh.
Yeah, let's unpack them flags.
What were the red flags? You don't have to identify the name, just what were the red flags?
Red flags was that having friends that you don't want me to know.
Ooh, red flag.
And it was females, and that was a red flag. Like if she's your friend, then she should be my friend too.
Right.
And then she, like, you don't leave. Like, we used to live in an apartment. That was our first place. So when I come home from work, she don't have to leave. She can stay there. But it was always because I was mean. I was like,
red flag.
I mean, I'm not a mean person, but I'm like, what you doing here?
Right.
Why are you here?
Right.
I'm coming home.
Why you here when I'm not here?
Yeah.
What's wrong with that picture?
Like, why
red flags.
Like, why you don't speak? You know, I mean, I'm not a speaking person. I'm just letting you know, I'm not a speaking person.
So, and that reminds me, there's we did a podcast.
When I see you, I'm grinning on you.
We did a podcast with the Brownstone podcast recently, last month.
Yeah,
and we were talking about the red flags and why people ignore the red flags. So why do we ignore the red flags? Like, when you see the red flags, why do you ignore the red flags and just bypass them?
Well, I know because, like I said, like, that was my boo. And
that was so you were blinded by
love. I was blinded, like, I was literally, and it happens to all of us.
Right,
so,
right, absolutely.
Absolutely. So now I'm gonna ask you this question. Right?
I see some comments or questions.
Oh, comments first.
Someone said love the energy and realness.
Oh,
Yeah, so they've been married 17 years.
Sweet. Congrats on the 17.
Congratulations.
That's awesome. Okay, that's it? All right.
Ooh,
What
look
was
at
your
that.
question,
Oh.
baby?
Ooh.
What was your question?
I'm enjoying Jesus
Oh.
right now. Give me a second.
So,
What you ask me?
no, I think one of the questions that I asked is why do we ignore the red flags?
Oh.
And then she answered.
No, but because the one question I wanted to ask, you know what I'm saying, because what would you say as a single person getting back out in the scene, or, you know, I guess wanting that
they can't see you, baby.
I know. I got y'all. Y'all about to see me in a minute, Slim. Wanted that companion. What would you say? What would you say for you? What would you like to have healed, or like, I don't know. I'm trying to. I see my question, but I can't seem to formulate it. So y'all move on. I try to formulate this.
I think one of the things I want to heal is trust.
Ooh.
Trust. And number 2 is like, you don't abandon me.
Ooh.
Abandonment.
So that's good. That's
real
good. That's good because now let me ask this question. Was that abandonment? Y'all see us coaching on that. So the abandonment, did the abandonment start in your marriage, or had the abandonment started prior to your marriage and in your childhood that was carried over into your marriage?
Ooh.
That was then exposed the more once the relationship went south?
Yo, that's a good question.
I would say the abandonment came in the marriage.
Okay.
Because and please don't take this wrong way. Please don't let him be watching this.
Hold on, real
So don't
quick.
take this.
That's how them shrimps look when they fried up. You feel me? It's your boy. It's your boy, Chef E-Rock, on it like all day. Hey, Chef Yorel, I got you. Chef Mike, Craving Flavors, got you, Slim.
That's good. That was really good.
So
Let's
you
ride.
want to start your own catering service?
Negative, go try it. That's why I got Chef Yorel down at ATL, and I got Chef Mike, Craving Flavors, right here in the DMV, Slim.
So I'm going to say, you funny.
Baby.
Okay.
So I'm going to say with the abandonment, I'm going to say this, okay. My husband, I didn't know
What you didn't know?
that he couldn't take the pressure of dealing with me.
Ooh.
How so?
And what I mean the pressure is that because I held him accountable.
Okay.
Whoa.
Okay.
And
Time out. You held him up. Now, fellas, I gotta ask you a question. Hey, if there's any fellas on the chat that's single, drop me a 1 in there.
Not even if you're single, even if you're married, because there are some married men that don't like to be held accountable.
that is true.
Okay, darn it. Listen. Listen.
That's why I say the issues are the same.
If there any fellas on here, give me a fist, baby. Give me a fist. Let's go.
So what I mean by he can't handle me, so I was brought like my dad. I love my dad.
I'd be doggone.
And he was my dad's a strong person. And, you know, he did a lot of crazy stuff. But I was trying to hold my partner accountable to how my dad was. So, like, my dad loved to move like every year. He was like a nomad, a gypsy. He loved to move.
Mm-hmm.
But he never let me and my sister see the poorness that we was going through.
Oh.
Okay.
And I say I was holding like accountable, like I went through some struggles with my spouse at the time because we were struggling and he didn't know how to handle that. So I'm like, dude, you gotta, you know, I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, he couldn't take the pressure because I'm like, okay, I need for you to do A, B, C, D, F, G. I need your help.
Right.
You know, we had 3 kids and our kids was playing sports. And I was doing everything. At the time I was staying at home with the kids. I used to work. I was working at one time. Then I had to have the surgery done, so I stopped working.
Okay.
And so he was like, "I'm gonna take care of you." I was like, "Okay, cool." But come taking care of me and 3 kids came with the price. Like the kids needed clothes. The kids want to play sports. The kids need this.
Kids expensive.
Kids expensive. And I was expensive. So the little bit of money that I was getting from my unemployment, like I would put towards bills and I'll take care of everybody else but myself.
Right.
Okay? I made sure everybody was straight. You know, washing clothes, everything. And I needed stuff, he couldn't give it to me. And I wouldn't say he was a weak man, and I'm not judging him.
And we're not gonna tear him down,
No,
because he's not here to defend himself. So we're not gonna say he was a weak man, but we are gonna say that
there were challenges.
Maybe there were challenges.
There was challenges. Hey, I appreciate you got my back, dog. Thank you.
There were challenges that the two of them did not know how to work through.
Right.
Yes, and that's what it is. We didn't know how to work through everything. We didn't know how to put God in our life first. And be like, and lean on God with our problem. That's the first thing we never did. And so we didn't do that because our parents didn't do that.
Right.
Ooh.
So it was by habit. So,
girl, you just said a lot right there.
And so there was no other place inside of your life as a child where you felt neglected, where you felt abandoned.
I mean, in my life, that's another story. But yeah, I mean, I did because, you know, my mom, when my parents divorced, my mom was working. It was just me and my sister, and my mom worked 2 jobs, so I was being mom to my sister because I had to, you know, get her up for school, make sure she ate, take her to school, take her to the babysitter, stuff like that. Because we 7 years apart, and so that took no responsibility on me. But and so that's why I was quick to leave. Like, you know, I met the first person who was my knight in shining armor, and I was like, yes,
I'm out this joint.
So is it fair to say that you thought that the expectation that you had was that you were now marrying somebody who was not going to abandon you?
Yes.
Ooh.
Like, we was in this together. Like, when and I kid you not, it was one time we was coming home from school, and his house was before mine. So we got off the school bus, and his house was like the first house before I went to my house. And he told his stepmom, he was like, yeah, I'm gonna marry her. And I was like, this is at 15. I was like, yeah, whatever.
Right.
And we got married. And so, like, everything that happened in life, like, our oldest son was born on our anniversary when we started dating.
Oh,
okay.
wow.
And I was like, really, God, we doing this? And so, and then just like we clicked, like we always had each other's back. And then life happens.
Life be life, don't it?
And, you know, and I'm not going to say I was perfect. I wasn't perfect.
What? You? Stop playing.
I wasn't perfect.
But we realized that we never are perfect when we're going through that process. Mo 1970 said that was a good one. That was a good one. What's good, Mo? That was a good one. But it was, I think it's interesting to connect the dots again, that there was something that took place in your childhood, and then as the relationship started to go where it was going, there was another trigger that took place as it started to break down, and that abandonment was then exposed to a greater level, because now here you are, you have your mother who has you know, abandoned you, and now your husband is abandoning you, and now you're going through the process of, oh dang, I don't want to go through this again, so I'm not going to put myself out there. And we're not rushing you to go back into the dating scene, but I'm just saying, but now there's that fear.
Yeah, it's a fear because now some people can go out there and date as many people as they want to. I'm just not one of the people. I just can't. But there is a fear because, like I said, I love with all my heart, and for you to try to run game on me, that's just gonna put me down. It's not gonna be the red.
But you ignore the red flags.
Yeah, it's the red flag. And see, the thing is, I don't want to put everybody on the red flag because, you know, once you've been burnt and you go into another relationship, you're gonna think like, oh, you're doing this, you're doing that.
But that's only if it's not healed.
Yeah.
Right, because I think what takes place is a red flag is a red flag.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't care
what it is.
Like how you try to change it, how you try to flip it, how you try to make it go up and down, put makeup on it, whatever. A red flag is a red flag.
See, like,
so that's where the boundaries come.
It's boundaries, and so like for me, so if I start questioning you and going down the rabbit hole, and then I start looking at my phone like, okay, let me do all these Google searches and check you. See, that's too much work for me. I'm too old for that. That was when I was in my younger days. Now I'm just like, I can't do it. I can't be spying on you, surveilling you. Like, okay, you was here, and you know, and I'm looking at you out my glasses like this, like, yeah, you lying to me.
But that's that trust though. And so it's like, so I'm gonna ask you a question. So I know you've been following Marriage Takeover for a minute.
Oh yeah.
What has Marriage Takeover helped you to see being single?
Well, from dealing with you and your wife, dealing with God's.
Dang, you make it sound like we are. Did y'all
I'll
ask that?
take that. I'll take that.
When I mean dealing, it's like because y'all shown me things of greatness and betterness. It's okay to, you know, disagree and to make up. It's okay to talk your feelings out and to work your feelings out. Y'all showed me that. I have. Trust me, I have seen y'all. Y'all just don't understand. I'm just gonna mention balloons from last year.
Stop it. Get somewhere and sit down. Stop telling folks.
That's all I'm gonna say.
I
And I
keep
came
trying
to
to
church
tell
early.
y'all.
And I was like, ooh.
Listen,
Stop telling
we
folks.
got questions, comments. I saw the fist was up. You had a man representing real hard in the chat.
Yeah, I appreciate it, homie.
He was like, I'm here.
I appreciate that.
Yes.
Thank you.
Someone said, "What's up, fam?"
What it
Hey,
do,
hey.
Slick?
Someone said, "I can relate to this story," and someone else said, "I feel her on that." And then we have some questions in the chat.
Sweet.
Okay.
Go ahead, bring them questions out.
They asked, "How can I win my wife's heart after separation? Not divorce, but separation."
How can you win your wife's heart after separation? I love it.
And
I love that
then
one too.
someone else.
And can I just say, I am so proud of the men representing and trying to save their marriages. I mean, y'all have been showing out, and I so appreciate that.
I would clap, but I'm over here trying
I
to
so
get this
appreciate
together.
that.
We got your back.
So-
Hold on. So as that person, it was. I know a lot of people don't like Tyler Perry's Medea, but it was a movie they did maybe like 2 years ago, where she said that you like every 10 years you have to date your wife or your spouse again, because you change in 10 years. You change it.
Right? I
But
would say that
we
it's less
bring that a
than,
little
less than
different.
10 years.
Yeah, I know. But I'm just saying though, for some
Yeah.
people,
That's good.
But you
have
do
to-
change.
You do change.
But I'm gonna ask y'all a question real for all my married people out there
I
real
see
quick.
more questions and comments.
I know they're coming in, but I want to ask y'all real quick. Tell me, for my married people, who is still on their honeymoon out there? I want to know who's still on their honeymoon. Just go, hey, drop a 1 in the chat if you still on your honeymoon.
I drop a 1 in the chat, baby.
I should make that song.
I know. Copyrights. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't do it. So, because listen, me and my wife, we've been married for 25 years.
In May.
Sure.
In May,
25
it'll be
years.
25 years
He's
in
only
May.
remembering. I know the beginning.
You see, single folk gonna get you caught up. I'm trying to tell you. Y'all need to release your single friends. We're gonna have to release us now.
I told you, I will always have your wife's back. You know that. Don't come for her. You know
Listen,
that.
let us pray. Hey, everybody, lift your hands. Put your hands.
I do want to
in the
answer
chat.
that question though, because I see
That was
more
another
questions and comments
question.
coming in.
All right, go ahead.
It said, "How to bring romance back in my marriage," and someone responded, "Communication."
Okay, that's
as
good.
one of the ways.
What y'all
That's
do?
good.
Pillow talk?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You be following us, huh? Pillow
You
talk.
talking about pillow talk in
So
church.
first, back to how do you win your wife back after separation? That was the question, right? So I think the first thing that you have to do is you have to
Remember to date.
not even to remember to date, but sometimes you have to start with an apology.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you have to start with an authentic, baby, I don't really know how to figure, like I don't have this thing all figured out. I don't really know what I'm doing. We still trying to figure this thing out, and I'm gonna make mistakes. So in this process and in this journey, like really, really repent. And when I say repent, that means that you're not going back to whatever took place to get you to, but I'm asking for your grace and I'm asking for your patience as we're trying to figure this out. And I'm looking to be a better person. I'm looking to be a better man. These are the things that I want, the dreams and the aspirations. And this is the vision that I have for our marriage. And this is what I would love for us to be able to work towards and to work to do. And I know it's going to require work. And I'm willing to put that work in so that we can make it to the, like across this hurdle.
Right. And then what I want you to do, I want you to go up to, if you're on TikTok, we'll go to our bio. Jump into our membership. Because guess what? Because as you win our heart back, guess what? Now we got to begin to recognize what got us here.
Right.
So that if we're saying, honey, I repent, I'm not going to do it again, I'm not, or whatever that took place that caused us to separate, now we got to bring it back, because if we can begin to work through this, it makes your bond stronger.
Yeah.
Hear me, because I had to win her heart back.
Yeah.
And winning her heart back, I had to check me on what's sitting her that way in the first place.
Yeah, that means letting go of the ego, letting go of the pride, like really being vulnerable in that moment and in that space, and really communicating how you messed up, how you want to be able to work towards getting to the other side, and then from there being able to and then from there being able to just work on getting it done together and spending that time together and protecting your time.
Right.
As you rebuild.
And also dealing with single, you know, if you're coming off of divorce or separation, like take some time to yourself.
Yes.
You have to figure out who you are, where you want to go, what you want to do, what BS you willing to deal with, what BS you're not willing to deal with. Like set your boundaries. Like there's a lot of BS I know I can't deal with. I'm gonna be honest. I already know. Like no, I can't deal with this.
Right.
And find who you are. And it takes some time. Like you can't change overnight. Like they said, Rome wasn't built in a day, but you can't change overnight. You have to take steps,
Practice.
and also like you know, I thank God for everything because when you get into the Word of God and start reading and believing it, you see the change in your life.
Right.
Because they tell you when they first met me, I was all over.
We ain't gonna say what it was. Praise the Lord.
But we thank God for the growth.
Yeah, because my mind was like in a million different pieces. My mind was like everywhere.
I know. I'm going.
But once you start doing that, and you know, and don't listen to your friends and your family like, oh, you should date again. You should do this. Date when you're ready.
Right.
You know, take time for yourself. Date when you're ready. Enjoy your life.
And another key thing that you just mentioned, it reminded me. So if you are in a state where you are separated and you're trying to renew your marriage, you're trying to work things back together, get away and keep your ears and your eye gates and your everything away from anybody who is speaking anything against you restoring your marriage. Mm-hmm. Because what happens is sometimes when we get with our single friends or we get around our family who may not understand, who's got a broken marriage, who's got, you know, different things going on, they're going to tell you, well, you know what, you could do better off anyway, and you could do this and you could do that, and they're telling you all these different things. And so we're never ever going to tell anybody to leave their marriage. We're always going to ask the question, what is God saying? Yes. If God is saying to stick with it, to go through it, we're getting in the trenches and we're working with you. Now, in another sense, if God is saying that it's time for you to leave, we're going to support you however God is leading you inside of your marriage. We are never ever going to tell you you need to stay or you need to go. We're going to always remain in a space where we are supporting you with how God is directing you.
Right.
And so if you are in that space and you're trying to go through that healing and that restoration process, get away from everybody who's telling you to leave. Get away from everybody who's telling you that you're better off. Get away from everybody that's telling you the opposite of what you're trying to work towards.
Telling you the opposite of what God is telling you.
Questions, comments?
They said, I'm here, sis. It's a good thing. Represent men. And someone else said,
love it.
My motto, whatever you did while we were dating, keep doing while we're married.
Yes.
Even with kids, like, you know, when you have kids that come into play, you still have to take time out for each other.
Right.
And, you know, you have family time with you and your boo. You have family time with you, your boo, and your kids.
Girl, you sound like you've been listening to
But I'm just saying, I mean, hey, it's you know, as you get older, you change.
Right.
And you can't forget to date each other. You can't forget to love each other. Always, you know, communicate, hold yourself accountable. Accountability plays a big part. Because if you screw up, just say, yeah, I did it, I'm sorry.
Right. And then there was another question about how do you increase the romance inside of your marriage.
And I know you're fed up. Oh, you trying to talk? Go ahead.
As soon as we... right. The interruption. So how do you increase the romance inside of your marriage? And so communication is one way, yes, absolutely, because you have to communicate what you are desiring inside of your marriage, right? What you are desiring inside of your space. But then, like, the best thing is try something new. Ooh. Sometimes we get so caught up in life that we doing the same old positions, that we're doing the same old things, that we're doing the same old foreplay, we're doing the same old rub downs, we're doing the same old. Try something new. Try something new.
Sorry.
Try something. Yes, questions, comments.
Someone said y'all should have a way for people to call in and provide an opinion. Like
the radio?
Kinda.
1-800
You know
Words
what?
Takeover.
I know. 1-800. I know.
Hey,
we need a live radio.
We thank you. We thank you for that. We're gonna work on that. That's a good idea.
Yeah. I was gonna say our 4 Sundays we could do that, where we were live on the radio. We just stopped being live because we got busy, y'all.
Hey, but I tell you what, we're gonna bring it back. How about that?
So let me ask this. If we do, cause y'all will come up with these amazing ideas,
but they don't want to show
and
up.
then when we go to do them, then it'd be like ghosts. You got the little tumbleweeds blowing in the wind, and it's just us
Sitting there looking at each other.
If we do the fourth Sundays live again, and where you have the ability to call in and you can talk live, you can offer a question live, offer opinion live, would you show up? Put a yes in the chat so we know.
That would be good because it's kind of hard to type on the keyboard and get your question to point. And you thinking somebody, if you say it, it sounds better than trying to type it.
Right. Because we used to do that, and we got some good traction for a little bit, but after COVID, everybody kind of got back to life. So, and then we started getting busier with Marriage Takeover. And then we started getting busier with Marriage Takeover. So we were like, well, let's just do our pre-record podcast, and that was what we kind of went to.
And then someone else said you must be able to balance time with each other, careers, family, and self-care.
Yes. And self-care is a big one. Because as you're serving your spouse, you're serving your children, you're serving your family, guess what? Like, you get depleted. And you cannot serve and pour out of an empty cup.
That's true.
So you have to make sure that you take care of yourself.
And they said yes, like the radio, and they said that they call in, and then you got some more yeses.
Okay, sweet.
That will call in.
That's them po' boys minus lettuce and pickers.
You can put relish on there if you want to.
Not relish.
It's like
I'll put sweet relish on.
I'll have no pickles, Slim.
No,
what you're talking about. It's
onions
like
and carrots and
Oh, like a slaw?
Carrots.
Thank you, coleslaw.
No, I don't do. I don't know what. Well, you young.
You're not in a restaurant.
You don't know about no po' boy.
So she used to the restaurant. Oh boy, sandwich.
See, even Chef Uriah with me, he said, tell E-Rock make those poor boys drippy. See?
That's why I said, Chef Uriah, when you were in the building, sir, you can do it how you want to do it. I'm trying to tell you, buddy. You know me, Doc.
So yes. All right.
Oh, hold on. I was trying to call you too, but you didn't want to answer your phone.
Tell him you was busy serving.
Basically.
Cooking.
He said, where the remoulade at, bro?
Remoulade.
Remoulade, probably.
Yeah.
I put on the wrong bread.
And you took the little pockets out the little bread. Okay, baby.
You doing something?
You doing a little something?
Hey,
I went to church.
that's how she wants it dry.
Yeah, because I don't eat tartar sauce. I'm sorry.
Oh, you don't? No, that's good.
I asked for mayo. She didn't want none of that either.
You don't put mayo with shrimp. Ugh.
What you think in tartar sauce?
That's why I don't eat it.
Oh, okay. That would be wild.
Hey,
I like mayo, but not in. I'm sorry. I'm funny. It's funny, right? I'm funny about food.
Okay, well, so what we do want to do is remind you all, if you are single, if you're divorced, again, we have this safe space for you all to be able to connect with us. And on tomorrow, just a reminder, so it is tomorrow, March 17th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you can go to marriagetakeoveronline.com and go ahead and get registered for that. And we are so excited to serve you. We will look into next month. What is this? We are in March. So in April, we will do a live. We will work on doing that live broadcast in April.
That should be fun.
Yeah, and so we'll make sure that we announce that we post that we have that up with the timing and everything, so that you can have that ready to rock and roll.
It's so fun that y'all said that, because I was literally going to tell her today, for those that are in our membership, that we actually open that back up, add that to our membership, because that's that round table discussion that we've had it before, but just trying to set it. So that I'm glad that it came back up. So now we're gonna get ready to look at and roll that thing out.
Okay, so yeah, we'll do that. We don't mind serving. We just want to make sure that
Can't be serving.
Absolutely going
don't get the room now. That's
going to be valuable, and that you're going to show up. So we absolutely don't mind serving.
right.
All right. So is that it? It looks really, really good. Any other questions, comments?
I don't have any. Any more questions, concerns, comments?
Fries are so good. And Anisha, thank you for
Oh yes, let us thank our
being
host.
on the show.
Let us thank our guests. Do you have any final?
Before you do that, but thank you for being on the show, and also thank you for being transparent and vulnerable.
Yeah.
Because that's not always easy.
And that's the one thing that we have to work on as people is being transparent and vulnerable. That we can't, as you know, we can't be like our ancestors and keep things to ourselves. Because mental health is real.
Yeah.
It is so real, and you have to be vulnerable and open up so you can get some help, so you can get understand. Because if you don't, you lost.
Yeah.
And so, thank you guys for having me on. And I don't mind sharing my story because everybody has a story to share. If it's not like mine, it's something like yours. You know, it's something.
Right.
And you know, it's time for everybody to be healed. Like,
come on with the be healed. That's what it's all about. Being healed.
Because
being the best version of you.
Being the best version. Because my goal, not no time soon, is to get married again. And like once I get married again, I always say I'm gonna be married just once. I'm not doing the second time. I don't mind doing the second time, but
because you got marriage takeover on your tongue. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I just need somebody to fix my car and take the trash out.
Don't do that. You got a long way to go.
There's a long way to go. Yes. But it's time to really.
You was almost in a good space.
I'm sorry. I was just joking, like seriously joking. But no, it's time to be healed because everybody has so much love. God not just creates to be. He don't want us to be single. We have to have a partner, and we have to share that love.
Come on.
The love that He had for us is the same love we can give to our partner. And so yeah, I'm really not looking now, but I wouldn't mind getting married again to give my love to somebody. And for them to give their love to me.
Good.
But we all have to overcome
those hurts.
We gotta be healed.
We gotta heal hurt. You know, we gotta overcome everything.
And overcome those fears and those pains. Yeah. And being healed.
Yeah.
And allowing God to do it this time instead of us to do it.
Yes, because you know when we younger, we got hands on everything.
Right.
We know what we doing.
Right.
When we get old, you're like, look, I don't got time for that. That's too much work. Can you take it? Take over the bed.
Right.
So,
any last questions, comments? I see some comments and things coming through.
Someone said thank you. Someone else said enjoy your show. Have a good night, everyone. Someone else said that's it right there. And then Chef Yorel said I'm booking a flight so me and E-Rock can burn something.
Hey, no, I'll be the one burning Slim. You the one cooking it right.
Mo 1970 said she promoted her book. She promoted her book. Yes, indeed.
Yes.
I believe there is absolutely a book in there. Yes, absolutely. So thank you guys so much again. You can connect with us and join us tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Again, that is Marriage Takeover Singles Edition. Only singles and divorce if you are in that space and you want to come together. Now, this is not a mix and mingle. Do not come up in there trying to find your husband, trying to find your wife.
That's okay.
We are coming into a space really to start the healing process, really making sure that we're pouring into you all just to prepare you for marriage, right?
I'm preparing you for the rest of your life.
And yeah, really the rest of your life. And so, yeah.
Hallelujah.
So we thank you guys so much. Let's see. I think that's it, you guys.
Please get your face up.
I know he always got his face in the camera. I mean,
selling French fries on top of that,
and they're not even his. He has somebody else's plate.
Hey,
French
listen.
fries. Don't be not all over the food.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about you afterwards.
So we thank you guys so much. We will see you all on Monday
Thank you.
for couples prayer, and this is Marriage Takeover.
Come on in.
Marriage Takeover signing out.
Holler. Hey, y'all remember that song?
Love you too, Leslie.
What do you say? What was it? I forgot the song. See, I wasn't supposed to say that.
Right.
See, thank you.
Love y'all.
That was fun.
Y'all ain't off yet.
Oh.
Moderator said we are still live.
Okay.
Let's go to YouTube and Facebook. We appreciate you guys.
Hey, hold on. Hey, don't turn them off real quick. For those of you that are on in the membership right now, in the membership, and also those of you that are on the Facebook, that's in the Facebook group, listen, I have a goal of helping over 100 marriages. So what I would love for you to do, I put a post in there today asking what things that you see, because when you all asked to come into the group, you gave us what your pain point is. So here I have stuff for you. We have stuff for your pain point so that we can help you work through it. But a lot of people really is not showing up. And all we want to do, because you're here, we want to be impactful. Now, whether you know what I'm saying, do it or not, it's on you. But what I'm saying is that it's here. So you all let us know that as we roll it out, if you're gonna come join. Because I know those that are in the membership, listen, last I heard they swinging from the chandeliers. So just want to let you know, because we're really gonna be bringing out we're gonna really be bringing out a lot of stuff, but we want you to know that we're there with you as you go through it. All right. So hey.